Major cities like Brisbane offer so much for visitors, from indoor activities, cultural experiences and outdoor adventure. But if you only had one day in Brisbane, how would you spend your time? I've been a local here for the past 20 years and I've done almost everything this city has to offer. Therefore, I think you just need to know your options and round this down to what you want to see the most. Truthfully, trying to decide where to start can be overwhelming, so I definitely just stick to South Brisbane, South Bank or the city areas. But what is there to see? Well, I've got a list here for you today that are a short distance apart and you can simply pick what suits you the best. First and foremost, I would always start with a visit or even better a sunrise viewing or breakfast at Mount Cootha. The 20-minute drive from the city is well worth it and you'll be rewarded with breathtaking panoramic views of the cityscape. Imagine sharing this view with your group as the sun rises and you'll understand why this is so popular. But that's not all. For all those who want something more than just a view, there is a cafe serving delicious food, coffee or ice cream. Not only that, but it's well known for having over 20 different hiking trails, which I've used hundreds of times for my daily exercise. And if I could suggest just one, then the JC Slaughter Falls track is only 2 kilometres one way and ends at this same lookout. Next up, we have the Cultural Precinct. Generally, this includes the Queensland Museum, the Queensland Art Gallery, the State Library, the Gallery of Modern Art and the Performing Arts. From here you can learn the history of Australia, brush up on your contemporary art, see modern works or even learn about the dinosaurs. They're all located in South Brisbane and a short walking distance away from each other. The great news is most of them are free, but the unique special submissions or travelling displays will come with an extra charge. Are you looking for one of the best lookout points in Brisbane? The Story Bridge is a heritage-listed steel cantilever bridge that spans the river and offers city skyline views. However, there is 2 different ways to enjoy it. Go the free option and use the pedestrian walkway, which stretches from Kangaroo Point to Fortitude Valley or the CBD areas. Or go for those higher views and join the climbing experience, much like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, for an unforgettable adventure. This iconic landmark carries an average of 97,000 vehicles each day and boasts 3 lanes of traffic in either direction, accompanied by shared pedestrian cycleways. If you want to see the city in all its glory, day or night, then the Kangaroo Point Cliffs is one of your best vantage points. Not only that, but the cliffs offer a range of experiences for both tourists and locals, catering to those who enjoy active recreation. You can hike, climb, go for a picnic, stroll along the boardwalk, or even kayak in the river, and abseil down the rock faces. Don't have a car to get there? No problem. With ferries crossing the river from the CBD and South Bank, you'll have some options with Brisbane's public transport, along with the free kitty cats. Okay, so you might not want to walk around touring the sights of the city. Well, how about checking it out on a Segway? While I've seen the sights of South Brisbane, South Bank and the Botanic Gardens before, this Segway tour certainly gave us a different perspective. It was something fun and entertaining and went past all the highlights of the area in a shorter period of time. Not only that, but also expert instructions and training were provided before leading the group into the crowded places. Shopping might be on the cards and Queen Street Mall in the CBD will certainly cover that. With just a short walk over the Victoria Bridge or a few-minute ferry ride from South Brisbane, you'll be there. This lively shopping hub occupies an entire city block, making it the perfect place to squeeze in some retail therapy. Find your favourite brands, score the ideal souvenir, or take advantage of the local eateries. As you wander the esplanade of the river, check out one of the best activities in South Bank and ride the Wheel of Brisbane. It's impossible to miss and a perfect way to add to your one day of exploration. You'll be treated to an incredible panoramic vista of the surrounding cityscape. Listen to the historical and current commentary and be able to rest your feet from all the walking. Go that one step further and upgrade your package for a VIP or romantic experience. So what if your one day in Brisbane was actually your only day transferring through Australia? Then you might want to consider seeing some Australian animals like kangaroos and koalas. The Lone Pine Sanctuary is only 15 minutes away from the city and has a couple of public transport options to get you there. Not only is it an ideal experience for the kids, but you can also check out the bird flying show, the sheepdog roundups, or see the ferocious saltwater crocodiles. But more so, see one of the biggest displays of koalas, or even hold one for a picture, and feed the kangaroos in their enclosure. If you happen to be visiting in the summertime from November to March, then Streets Beach could be a great way to escape the heat. This man-made beach with lagoon waters and surrounded by palm trees is located across from the CBD in South Bank. Truthfully, you'll feel like you've been transported into a tropical getaway and suits the whole family. But it's not just the beauty of the beach that makes this a must visit. The view of the Clem Jones Promenade and CBD skyline is a highlight for your itinerary. If you want that perfect Instagram spot for your trip, then check out the Brisbane sign located outside the Performing Arts Centre. The CBD high-rise buildings are positioned in the background, and you can get creative with your poses by climbing in and around the giant letters. But the story behind the sign makes it more remarkable. Initially installed for the G20 summit in 2014, it was meant to only stay up for a month. However, due to its immense popularity, it was replaced by a more weatherproof model and became a beloved and permanent fixture of the city skyline. Now, the G20 summit wasn't the only high-profile function held in town. It also included the World Expo, held back in 1988. I do remember visiting the expo when I was younger, which involved walking through the Nepalese pagoda exhibit. What's even more impressive is this Nepalese pagoda is the only international exhibition that still stands in South Bank today. The 3-story high pagoda was crafted entirely out of 80 tons of Nepalese timber. Not only that, but it took 2 years of blood, sweat and tears to construct, and there is only 3 of them outside of Nepal. Stroll around and admire the man-made lush rainforest and conveniently located right next to the Nepalese pagoda. There is a huge array of tropical and subtropical plants, and don't forget to be on the lookout for wildlife. Additionally, there is a water feature running as well as seating and boardwalks to help you get around. Have you ever walked across a bridge that left you in awe of its architecture? The Goodwill is a footbridge named after the Goodwill Games held in 2001. It stretches 500 metres across the river and connects the city to the Botanic Gardens to South Bank near the Maritime Museum. The bridge is not open to any motorised traffic, making it an excellent route for walkers, cyclists and skaters. Can you believe up to 40,000 people use it each week? If you're strolling through South Bank area, you won't be able to miss the stunning curling steel column covered in pink bougainvillea plants. This impressive structure was opened back in 2000 and spanned roughly 1 kilometre in length. It consists of 443 steel tendrils, and the path leads visitors from Vulture Street to the museum, making for a scenic and memorable pathway through the area. What's even more enticing is the fact that during special events, the tendrils are covered in lights, lanterns and other decorations that perfectly match the occasion. If you're looking for a historic architecture or relaxing place to hang out and grab a bite to eat, consider the public square across from City Hall. Not only is it a popular meeting place for locals and tourists, but it also offers some stunning views of the iconic bell tower atop the government building. It was even used in the latest filming of Boy Swallows Universe. Take it that one step further and book a free tour taking you to the top of the bell tower for city views. You're not there for long, but it's well worth the experience. Although just make sure you book in advance to avoid disappointment. The Wilson Outlook Reserve has long been the best views for the Story Bridge and the city, especially for photographers just like me. Parking can be limited down here, but there are side streets to choose from, or you can add it to your walking path from the CBD. It's only a small grassy park with a few tables and chairs, but you won't regret seeing it changing colours or reflections, especially at night. Your city catamaran ride is not only the public transport throughout the city, but also a brilliant viewpoint for touring around the city. Not only that, but it's a cheap, romantic setting to watch the skyline, city lights, and a great way to end a perfect date night. The cats run from North Shore Hamilton to UQ at St. Lucia. It's a must-do for anyone visiting, and you can stop at different locations on either side of the river or simply sit back and enjoy the views. You also have both inside and outside seating for an all-weather option. The River Walk is a nice place for a romantic stroll and getting some exercise in with the kids. It's located on the edge of the Brisbane River, an actual river walk offers stunning views of the famous Story Bridge. You can extend this walk across the bridge and down the opposite side, or venture further into the city for all the local restaurants around Eagle Street Pier. You can also take a break from the walking and enjoy a picnic lunch by the river and New Farm Park. The 3-day collective South Bank markets are normally held over a long weekend from Friday to Sunday and go into the evenings. Anyone with a locally made or sourced product can apply for a stall here, and there is so much variety to choose from. Wander through the streets day or night to see what the locals of Brisbane have to offer, from food, trending fashion, arts and crafts, collectibles, jewellery and home decor. Alternatively, you can make a night of it and go out for some drinks and enjoy some live music provided. I hope you're now inspired to organise and plan your one day in Brisbane, but if you need help getting around, then please check out this video next on the public transport system. Thanks a bunch for watching everyone, and I will see you for the next one.